Good morning, guys. So today we're going to talk about the new CFMoto Zforce 950 portals that they came out with, and everybody's been waiting a while for this since the U-Force ones came out, and I know the C-Force guys are still waiting. The U-Force 800 and the 600 guys are still waiting. It may be a little bit yet, but you know, I don't think it's that far behind the Zforce 950 release. So these are what we're going to be talking about this morning. The new portal gear lift for the Zforce 950. One thing that we're going to touch on, and we're going to talk about what all comes in the kit. It's a very straightforward, easy install kit. The instructions are 100% laid out. You can't really mess it up. In the kit, you're going to get 4 portals, and of course, you know, your rotors, your hubs, and all of that stuff. But then you're also going to get the specialized steel backing plates. You're going to get the front caliper adapters, rear caliper adapters, the front brake line extensions, and then also the rear brake line extensions and all the hardware, castle nuts, everything that you need to install this. It's usually about 4 to 6 hours. If you don't know what you're doing, maybe to 8 hours to get everything installed, you know, recheck your fitment and everything else. But one thing that I do want to touch on is the maximum tire size that can be ran with the 6-inch portal lift. That is kind of mind-blowing to me, honestly, especially on the Zforce. Just, you know, up to stock, running stock A-arms and with the OEM Nerf bars, you're looking at like 37-inch tires. So basically a 35. Change to 1.5 inch forward front A-arms, get rid of your Nerf bars on the side, and throw a set of 40s on that thing and go hit the trails and hit the mud. To me, that's pretty astounding on that fact of just putting a 6-inch portal on the machine. Now, they are offered in 2 different portal housings, which can be billet aluminum or cast aluminum. If you're running trails and stuff like that, and you're not really hard and beating on your machine, you know, just generally cruising and stuff like that, the cast is fine. You're not going to have any issues and problems. If you really beat on your machine, you want to take that thing to the king of the deep and really be hitting mud holes, bounty holes, and stuff like that, do not get the cast. You got to get the billet, because the cast housing is going to bust. It's going to split, especially with the gear reduction and the torque that's going on inside the housing. If you're doing like major rock crawling with it as well, get the billet housing. So those are the 2 differences between the cast housing and the billet housing on the portals. But I know everybody's been waiting a while for the portals for the Z-Force and the U-Force, and they're finally here. Stuff's finally catching up to CFMoto, where the aftermarket brand manufacturers are like, whoa, you know, wait a minute. This machine's becoming pretty popular. It's a budget-friendly machine. There's not a lot of issues and problems with it. There's just some fine retuning and stuff that needs to be done to it to make it a very good, viable machine. So let's really start amping up the aftermarket on these machines, which they are starting to do. Now, the one thing that I will say that caught my eye, you know, online and scrolling online and stuff, is that whenever the new CFMotos were released, it actually grabbed the attention of the big name aftermarket manufacturers in side-by-sides. You have like Aftermarket Assassins, Trinity Racing, and stuff like that that make really great quality products and go fast parts for the regular mainstream Can-Am, Polaris, Kawasaki, Honda, and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting in watching the launch and the release of these machines, and who on the aftermarket side is going to grab one first and really start to go to town. It's a little lackluster, especially with the 3-cylinder turbo, that it only puts out 143 horsepower, I believe is the exact number on that. On a 3-cylinder triple like that, we should be anywhere in the 186 horsepower to 200 horsepower range with that 3-cylinder turbo. So I think there's actually a lot of tuning and clutching that can go in there and really bring that machine alive and let it be very, very competitive with the other machines. Now, one thing I did see is with the 143 horsepower triple turbo, Z10 does do like 70 mile an hour. So that's pretty competitive, but how long does it take to get up to 70 miles per hour compared to the other machines, the Polaris, Can-Am, so forth and so on. So that's going to be one of the great benefits is to see who's actually taking these machines and being able to do that. I already know that my buddy over at RNG Performance, Steve, he's going to be, I guarantee he'll grab one as soon as one comes out. They're going to be working on clutching on it before it even hits a showroom or before you can even purchase the machines. So back touching on the portals, they do come in a 4-inch with a 15 and a 30% gear reduction, or you can go with the 6-inch and go with a 30 to 45% gear reduction. The gear reduction all depends on what type of riding you're doing. If you're just doing, you know, regular lazy trail cruising 5-10 mile an hour, nothing crazy, you just need a little bit more to lift to it, or just riding around the mud parks, never really hitting the mud, just cruising around, letting your leg hang out the driver's side door or whatever like that. The 4-inch with the 15% is fine. Or even if you want to go with the 30% gear reduction, because you might get into a little bit of mud and stuff like that. Whenever I built the Blue XL, first I put the 15 or the 30% gear reduction 4-inch portals on that. And then whenever I changed it and put the 6-inch portals on it, I actually went with the 45% gear reduction on those portals as well. So it does very well with that. So, you know, just be careful choosing your gear reduction and stuff like that. And if you message us directly at crawlworkspowersports.com or on our Facebook page, Crawlworks Powersports, or our Instagram at Crawlworks Powersports, you message us directly. Sorry, it's really early in the morning. So if you message us directly, we can get you a good price on those portals and save you a lot of cash and get them to your front door. So again, you know, shoot us a message if you really want to get the portals and stuff like that, and we can help you every step of the way, answer every questions on the install and everything like that. And if you're close to us and you want to just bring it, drop it off, and have us install the portal kit, go ahead. We'll have it done in a day and right back out to you before Friday, and back out on the trails. So that's this morning's video. I just wanted to touch on a few topics here, but we're going to be posting regularly and getting the channel back up to where it needs to be. So until the next video, guys, you stay safe, have a great weekend riding, and hope nobody breaks anything. Have a good day.